Welcome to the Guns and Noses podcast. My name's Helen Taylor and I am the owner of Guns and Noses, and I own 3 Labradors. We're here to talk about real moments, real lives, and the wins, the wobblers, and the occasional up yours moments. We're talking about those dogs with enthusiasm and us humans who are trying to keep up. So why don't you sit back, grab a brew, slow down, and listen in. Hello and welcome back to the Guns and Noses podcast. This podcast is for dogs with enthusiasm and the owners trying to keep up. And that's what's really important. We are trying to keep up. I do have to make a quick apology though, because this was meant to come out on Tuesday, but I went away for the weekend. I was celebrating my 3rd wedding anniversary. 10 years together, but 3 years married. So we went away to Cumbria and had a couple of nights relaxing. So I didn't get a chance to record my podcast. But anyway, things happen, life happens, and we're all busy people, aren't we? But I'm back on it now. This series of podcasts coming up, I'm going to be talking about cues and why cues are really important for clarity and understanding for our dogs. And in today's, this is called the leave it, not drop it cue. And I talk about this all the time, is that we might have a family who is looking after a dog and one person says one cue, so leave it. Another person says another cue, drop it. And both of them mean the same thing, but we are saying a different something. And that confusion can just absolutely make our dogs not respond in the right way. It can get us really frustrated, and it just makes life overly complicated. And we don't need that in our lives. Let's face it. We're working with dogs with enthusiasm and we're trying to make sense of it. But they're also trying to make sense of the human world and trying to navigate that too. So we've got to be fair on each other. So what I mean by the leave it cue is don't touch it in the first place. Don't go near it. It's not yours. It's unsafe. It shouldn't be in your mouth. And the difference between that and the drop it cue is the drop it is when you've already got something in your mouth and I want you to let go of it. So they could have stolen a slipper or a sock or another toy that's your children's, doesn't belong to them. And you want them to let it go. Why mixing it up slows down learning is because if one person is saying leave it and they've trained it on that cue, but then you are then saying the word drop it and you mean the same thing, what ends up happening is we have to reteach the dog to understand both cues. And that just becomes overly complicated and not necessary. So if we stick with the leave it, which means don't touch it, don't go anywhere near it. Now, when we say leave it, we can mean a multitude of different things. So it could be food on the floor. It could be you've dropped some medication, which obviously you don't want your dog to go and grab. It could be a person in the street or a dog or some wildlife. So you see a deer in the distance and your dog looks at it, leave it. That means don't touch it, don't go anywhere near it. Turn your eyes back onto me. It can also be really useful and so beneficial as a subliminal message. So if you have a dog who's reactive or a dog who's fearful of strangers or other dogs, whatever it may be, when you are walking towards somebody who you think might want to come and say hello, as you're walking toward that person, start saying the cue, leave it, leave it, leave it as you're walking by. And what you're actually doing is not only asking the dog to pay attention to you and leave whatever it is that you're approaching, but you're also passing that message on to the person approaching. Now, I've just been having a really lovely conversation with a potential client about her Daxi, and he's very into people because as a young puppy, he was approached by lots of people who wanted to talk to him. They wanted to say hello because that's what you get when you get a puppy. But the owner got a little bit sick of people not respecting when she said, hey, please, like, don't touch my dog. We're on a walk. Like, I don't want to stop and talk to everybody. Otherwise, my dog, my walk is going to take forever. So this was in a real positive way in the fact that her dog wasn't reactive to people in this common sense of not liking the approach of other people, but he was reactive to people in the sense that he wanted to talk to everybody. And so what we discussed was, while she is working her dog in the street and she's on her merry way going for a walk, and she hasn't got time to stop and talk to everybody, then using the leave it cue is not only beneficial for the dog, because we're telling the dog, don't touch it, don't go anywhere near it, it's not for you, but we are also passing that lovely subliminal message on to somebody else who is approaching and will potentially want to stop, talk to your dog, talk to you, and take away that time that you have to actually take your dog on a walk. And she said to me, oh, wow, that sounds really simple. And I'm like, yes, I'm all for simple and effective, because unfortunately, we live in a world where people feel entitled to talk to your dog without permission. They feel it's their right that they can do that. If they give you a big cheesy grin and oh, isn't he lovely? But actually, sometimes it's just not appropriate. You've got stuff going on. You're busy. You've just taken the dog out for a quick half an hour stroll around the block because you're on your lunch break or whatever it may be. It may be that your dog doesn't like the approach of other people. It may be that your dog doesn't like the visual stimuli of traffic going by, or that they don't enjoy the company of other dogs in really close proximity. So the leave it cue can really help. And it's not classed as passive aggressive as what you might be thinking. What you're doing is you're cueing your dog to leave something alone. You're passing a subliminal message across to somebody else to leave your dog alone. It may be that somebody's approaching with another dog and you want space, so you need to create space. So with you working and engaging with your dog and saying, leave it, leave it, leave it, good dog, leave it. What you are then creating is potential space. And if we curate our environment to be a more successful environment for us and for our dogs, we enjoy their company so much more and we enjoy our walks so much more. But the biggest thing about this podcast is to get you to understand about making sure that we are clear with our dogs and that we're not confusing that messaging. Because if you've taught one particular cue of the leave it, which means don't touch it, don't go anywhere near it, and then somebody else is using the drop it cue, then we just have confusion. Or it could be that they've got something in their mouth and you're saying, leave it, but actually you mean drop it. And this is where that confusion really comes in. So for today, and I generally always ask you to have a bit of reflection within your week. Are your cues clear? Are you saying what you mean? And does your dog understand what it is that you're asking? And if the answer is sometimes, then we need to do better. Okay, but don't forget, you are an earner with a dog who you're trying to keep up with. They think potentially faster than we can react. So don't beat yourself up about it. And remember, you're not alone. If ever you need help, just reach out. If you do need help and you're not within my vicinity of East Yorkshire, where I go and help people in person, then we do have the Insiders Club. And the Insiders Club is for people who want help with their training, they want accountability, they want connection and a community of other like-minded people where they can connect with them, ask questions, and feel supported. So if you really want to join the Insiders Club, then I've got some founder member spaces available. All you have to do is head to my website, to the Insiders Club. I'll drop the link in the bio, and you can come and join the community. It's £22.59 if you join as a founder for each month. And what you get every month is phenomenal value. You get training videos, you get online one-to-ones. Sorry, not one-to-ones. You get online sessions, so Q&A sessions. You get monthly sip and train sessions. You get downloadable PDF 7-day challenges. Like, there's so much in there that you can utilize to your advantage. If you would like to join me, head to the link in the bio, use code FOUNDER, and you can come and join us in the club. But until next time, try and keep up and keep training kindly. Thank you for spending this time with me. If today's episode helped you slow down, feel seen, or think a little differently about your dog, then it's done its job. Remember, progress isn't about perfection, it's about observation and reflection. You're not behind, you're not failing, and you're definitely not alone. Until next time, keep training kindly and try to keep up.